There is a powerful message from Oprah Winfrey, which I love, and I'll share it with you now.
You are responsible for your life. And if you're sitting around waiting on somebody to save you, to fix you, to even help you, you are wasting your time because only you have the power to take responsibility to move your life forward.
And what Oprah means is that no one owes you anything. And you don't have to wait for others to do things for you. You are the only one that owes you everything. 95% of our decisions are based on our emotions, on what we feel in the moment. And that is the problem. Do you feel like getting up? No. Do you feel like working out? No. Do you feel like studying and learning? No, you don't. Do you feel like working for your dream life? No, you don't. We make decisions based on our feelings, and that is stealing the joy out of you. You gotta want to make your way to the place where you wanna be. You gotta fight to make your way. You should not fight other people. That is the easy fight. You gotta accept that no one owes you anything. And I didn't realize this until the recent years. I used to fight other people, the circumstances, but now I'm fighting my old self, the lazy me, the procrastinator, the negative me. How about you? Do you fight your bad habits? Do you fight your addictions and laziness? Go fight that procrastination that is holding you back. What are you waiting for? I know that this may sound harsh and I may come out as arrogant, but it is all true. Focus your energy on fighting to get a degree, on fighting to start a company, on fighting to achieve that goal, whatever it may be. Stop sitting around waiting things to change without you doing anything about it. You need to stop depending on others to fix your issues, because no one is going to fix your issues for you, darling. You see, I was just so comfortable in my old ways of tackling challenges. I was doing a little and complaining more and waiting on others to save me. Until I realized that no one was coming. No one was coming to save me, and I have to become my own savior. Changing is really hard. Taking accountability is really hard. Fixing yourself is scary because that means that you need to take responsibility. But nothing will change unless you decide to change. That's it. You owe it to yourself to see how far you can go in life. You are where you are because you never take ownership. It is always someone else's problem. It is always someone else's fault. And I used to feel like this, that things were outside of my control and there was always someone else to blame. I used to blame my parents for being born in the wrong country, for not moving to a nicer place to live when I was a little, so that I would have had better opportunities in life. I used to blame my friends for not paying enough attention to me, for not spending enough time with me, for not inviting me to all the events that they were going to. But I realized that at some point I was very negative. I was toxic myself. And of course, people were avoiding me. It was not very pleasant to spend time with somebody who constantly complains. I used to be a whiner, and I used to see the negative in every situation, in everything. And my friends didn't owe me anything. They were not obliged to spend time with me and to invite me everywhere they go. It took me years to realize this and to come to terms that no one owes me anything. Most of us make the mistake of expecting things from others, always expecting something in return. But outside of your job, where you make a contractual obligation to be paid for your work, no one owes you anything. Do you know what is the easiest way to be let down? Create an expectation that somebody owes you something. Even as simple as thank you. Day in and day out, we expect large gestures, like somebody's going to promote us, somebody's going to tell us that we look good, and so on. Instead of waiting on others to make us feel good, it is so much easier to make ourselves happy by doing the things we want to do, whether that is out of kindness or just because we want to. The everyday decisions to be better than before and the process of being better at being happy are habitual. Our happiness is a result of our habits, of what we do on a daily basis. And if we assume that no one is going to help us, we have no other choice but to help ourselves. This revelation was mind-blowing to me. We are capable to do so many things ourselves without the expected aid of others. Because if we always expect others to help us, to save us, this makes us soft, even weak, because we don't depend on ourselves. We don't depend on our inner strength. Whenever I found myself in a tough situation, I used to complain. I used to complain that I don't receive enough help from others. I used to complain about the environment. But now I understand that pure complaining doesn't help and no one owes me anything, so I better act myself. Whenever I have a problem, I should do something about it. Instead of waiting on others to help me, I should take the main responsibility, and realizing this has made me so much stronger. Whenever you stop expecting things from people, you will be pleasantly surprised anytime somebody does you a favor, compliments you, or helps you out, just because they want to, not because they owe it to you. Your parents don't owe you anything more. Whatever they did to help you to get where you are right now, whether that was positive or negative, shaped you. Their help doesn't have to extend beyond that. Your boss doesn't owe you a tap on the shoulder. Your friend doesn't owe you a happy birthday on your big day, and your spouse doesn't owe you a dinner in the end of a long day. Whenever that happens though, how grateful do you feel that somebody goes out of their way to make you feel better, to make your life happier? Personally, I'm so much more grateful for every little gesture somebody does for me now. In the past, I found myself expecting a reward or a tap on the shoulder whenever I did something good. And I realized that most of the time I was getting hurt because of my expectations. If we want to get anything done, we need to do it ourselves. And if we get any help, great. But if we don't, no problem. We are going to succeed or fail no matter what. That's inevitable. No one owes us any help or reward, and realizing this has really shifted my mindset. Knowing that no one owes you anything makes you empowered to build your own destiny instead of waiting on others to help you out. It is all on you, darling. Blaming other people for your misfortunes doesn't help, and in most cases, it is not them, but it's us who didn't do what we have to do. I messed up so many opportunities and so many chances because I kept repeating my past. And if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you cannot expect something different to come out. You need to free yourself up and start doing something new, something you've never done before, something that may seem scary at first, but you gotta know that you cannot do new until you get rid of the old. Cut it off. Cut it off. You know what you're supposed to do. You ain't no kid no more, darling. I know that it may sound harsh, but understanding that every time you're pointing fingers at others, what you're doing is you're saying no to your goals and dreams, and you're putting them on hold. How healthy or happy you are, how much you earn, how much freedom you have, and how much you're expected, you owe everything to yourself. If you have a miserable job, you made the decision to get it and to stay there. If you're in an unhealthy relationship, it is not other people, it is you who justify and let people with low standards and negative attitude control your life. It is all on you, darling. It might be hard to swallow, it might be hard to comprehend, but it's true. We are responsible for what happens in our life, and we are responsible for what continues happening, for what we continue to put up with, and we're the only ones that can change that. You need to take ownership. It is so easy to blame somebody else for your problems, and it takes courage to admit that you were wrong. You need to swallow your pride, and that hurts. In the past, whenever I was starting a new job, whenever I was a new hire, I used to blame my employers for not supporting me enough, for not providing enough training, for not tolerating my mistakes. But in reality, I was probably not doing enough. I was not really pushing myself enough. It is so easy to see others' mistakes, but it's so hard to see our own. The earlier you start identifying what you're doing wrong, the earlier you can start doing it right. Start learning from your mistakes and stop doing them over and over again. Instead, apply what you've learned and start doing things differently. That's the only way to progress. Everybody wants a business. Everybody wants 11 line apps, or almost everybody, but nobody tells you about the pain that comes with it. It is hard to put in the work when you're not seeing any results, but results require time, patience, and perseverance. Nobody becomes successful in a day. You have to keep going in order to break through. You need to believe in yourself and in your dreams. You need to keep going in order to break through, darling. And you need to believe in yourself and your dreams, even when nobody does. And that could be your friends and family not supporting you. I know how discouraging this may be, but you need to take responsibility of your life, darling. If you want to see a change, sometimes you need to take risks. if you want to see improvement, you owe you. And remember that nobody can stop you unless you stop yourself. You are the creator of your own reality. You owe yourself a great life. What are you working on right now? What are you about to fix? Let me know in the comments below. If you struggle to put yourself first, to believe in yourself, to focus on you, if you find it hard to set boundaries, and you tend to feel sorry for yourself, check out my other videos. I'm sure that they can be helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!